Is the rabbit really gonna sit and drink its drink now while I'm trying to film? Oh? Oh, you've stopped. Okay. This t-shirt is so creased, but can I be bothered to iron it? Absolutely not. Okay, so, hi. Today's video, oh, please excuse the shadow around me. I don't really know what's going on there. I look like I kind of, it's really strange, casting a shadow with my ring light. Just ignore that. Today's video is something very different to anything I've done before, and I know I've said that a lot in videos where I'm like, this video is a bit different to usual, blah 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 blah, but this is very different to usual and something I have been wanting to talk about for the longest time. It's been a long time coming, and I had plans of like making the setup of this a bit better, like, you know, getting myself ready, like trying to think of fun ways to go about this and make it, you know, different. But I've had all these ideas in my head, but I've always been kind of scared to film it. And randomly today I was watching a YouTube video talking about similar topics, and all of a sudden I was just like, oh come on. That's my rabbit. I might have to let him out for a bit. You really gonna do this now? Really? You're really gonna ruin the moment like this? I just randomly felt the need to film it right now, and whether I'll like how this turns out and I'll end up uploading it or not, or I'll just get too nervous to upload it, I don't know. But at the moment I'm just filming it. This is the first time I've even attempted filming a video like this, so this is a big enough step. Maybe no one will see this, maybe you will. So that's why my hair is just shoved up, looking a bit frizzy and crazy, and got no makeup on. But that's not important. What's important is what I want to talk about in this video. So on my Instagram story a few days ago, I asked for some questions for an LGBTQ plus themed Q&A / advice video, and I didn't get very many questions at all. I got one. Normally when I ask for Q&A questions, I get more than one. I don't get hundreds. I've not got like loads of followers or anything, but I usually get more than one. But this one was a bit different, and I thought, I was trying to think of why, and to be honest, I think the main reason is, this might not be the case, but to me, I have in my head that people must be thinking, why is she trying to make an LGBTQ plus video for Pride Month when she's straight? What does she know? She's straight. Like, I mean, that's not the point. Like, straight people can be involved in this sort of thing if they're like allies and they like want to support the LGBTQ plus community, because I'm all down for that. Yeah, I just think people probably thought, why is a straight person trying to make this video? Bit random. Maybe it's not. Got nothing against that. I wanted to upload this video in Pride Month. That's why, especially this month, I've been thinking more and more about this video. I know it's coming towards the end of the month, but to be honest, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to just be one month that you celebrate Pride. It should be celebrated all year round. It's just nice to have a month dedicated to it, I suppose. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get it up this month, even if it is towards the end of the month. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I haven't planned out this video properly. Like I said, I was going to plan it out a bit more, like exactly what I was going to say. I just haven't done that. This is going to kind of be a bit of a random mess of a video, which I know a lot of my videos are like, but it's not going to be super planned or anything like that. But I do want to make more videos like this in the future. That's why I've been wanting to film this for such a long time. I just want to talk about this more. So this is just a little video to start us off, and then we can just make some videos that might be a bit better, I guess, because this one's probably going to be a bit all over the place. Like I said, it's Pride Month this month, I'm sure you all know, and I don't really know where to start with this. Oh my god, rabbit, shut up! Right, you're going outside. Come on, let's go play outside. I'm back. Okay, so I don't know where to go with this video. I wish that I was creative enough and was as good at wording things and expressing how I feel as Dan Howell, because his coming out video was incredible. And honestly, instead of making this video, I could just share that video and just be like, this, just watch this, and this, just watch it.
Mum, I'm bi. Queer people exist. Choosing not to accept them is not an option. To anyone watching this that isn't out, it's okay. You're okay. You were born this way, it's right, and anyone that has a problem with it is wrong. Living your truth with pride is the way to be happy. You are valid, it gets so much better, and the future is clear. It's pretty queer.
And also, another one that perfectly sums it all up is this one.
I have a heart that could love plural genders. Yes, I'm bi and I'm proud to be me.
If you haven't guessed from that by now, oh my god, this is the first time I'm saying it out loud. Literally, this is the first time I'm saying it out loud. Literally 2 people know this, which is really awkward because now a lot more people are going to know this. A really close friend and my boyfriend know this. They're the only 2 people that know this. Yeah, this is the first time I'm saying it out loud. To those people, I actually said it over message, which I know is probably not the best way to do it, but I'm just awkward. This is the first time I'm saying it out loud and I feel really weird saying it, and I know that sounds stupid, and I didn't want this video to be super dramatic. I wanted it to just be really like relaxed and not make it a big deal, but just get it out there so that I can talk about it more. Why am I finding it so hard to say? It's just me, so why can't I just say it? I mean, you've all figured it out by now from the video I just showed. I actually, surprise, I am bisexual. Oh, that felt weird. Sweet, okay. Just getting awkward. I've said it for the first time in my life. That is an achievement in itself, whether this video goes up or not. So, props to me. Yeah, that is how I identify myself as. And for a long time, I've kind of brushed it off and not really known what it was. And yes, you don't have to put a label on yourself. Dan Howell described it perfectly. He doesn't really want to put a label on himself. He doesn't feel comfortable putting on a label on himself. He just said the best way to describe himself was queer. That's how he felt most comfortable to describe himself, but he didn't want to identify as gay or anything like that. So yeah, you don't have to have a label, of course not, but that is what I identify as, so yeah. I really don't know how to word this video, but I am going to make more videos about this subject and they'll be a bit more planned and a bit better, but I just wanted an initial one to get everything out there, and I just wanted to film it while I was just in the frame of mind where all of a sudden I grew this confidence to actually film it, but then I've got to edit and upload it, so that's another story. But anyway, that's who I am, and it's something I've hid for a long time. I can't even speak English. That's something I've hidden for a long time. There's many reasons why I've been scared to be more open about it, and I don't want to go into too much detail about my personal story because I kind of want that to be a separate video. So yeah, I'll kind of talk about that a little bit in this video. This video is going to be a bit of a mess. I don't even know what I'm saying right now and I keep getting off track, but I honestly don't care. I just want to get some of this across. So I've always been scared to talk about it because this is what I always think in my head. I know that this isn't true necessarily, in some cases it might be, but I've always had in my head that it's so much easier, and I know a lot of people who are bi as well will feel the same. It almost feels easier to just be like, yeah, I'm straight, or yeah, I'm gay, rather than bisexual, because it's like a lot of people don't understand how you can like more than one gender, and I think people can't get their heads around that concept. I don't think I could ever see it as a weird concept if I was like completely straight and someone else came out as bisexual. I don't think I would ever be like, how can you like both? Are you crazy? And I know that like through generations and through time things have changed, so people have been brought up differently like in the past, and I get that, and times have changed, but you know, I just feel like some people need educating a bit more because yeah. So this is a bit awkward because a lot of people don't know, and this will be their time finding out. So very close people to me, this will be their way of finding out, which is really awkward, and I should have probably told more people before uploading this video, but this was the way I felt most comfortable because I'm too awkward to speak to people face to face, or like, you know, just speak to a lot of people separately. I just decided to make this, so surprise! Shouldn't really have to make a coming out video. I can't wait for the day where that doesn't need to be a thing. I mean, it doesn't need to be, but I feel like in some ways a lot of the time you feel like you have to like clarify and come out, But hopefully one day that won't be a thing. Love is love, why does it matter who it is? I can't really tell you exactly when I figured this out, because I think most of my life I just spent confused by it all. So it's only over the past probably like few years, maybe even less than that, that like I've known that it was there, but I've only recently, over the past couple of years, figured out that, okay, I'm bisexual. Like, I know that something's been going on from a very young age, but I just didn't really know what, and I think I just kind of pushed it to the side because I just thought, oh, it's nothing, it's normal, whatever, doesn't matter, I'm not a lesbian, so, you know, ignore that. Even then I've just been really confused, I think, and kind of just thought, you know, some of the things that I thought in my head were just normal for a straight person. But then as I've gotten older and understood it a bit more, and YouTube, I know it's really cliche and everyone says it, but YouTube is what has helped me understand myself. Like, the first time I remember fully being like, oh my god, this is it, this is me. This whole video has just helped me understand completely what is going on in my head, and now I know who I am, and it made me realise myself, and I think that's where a lot changed for me. And I'm going to link any videos that I mentioned down below, or any other coming out videos or LGBTQ plus videos down below that are some of the ones that have helped me a lot or inspired me a lot and think could inspire you guys. But the one that has inspired me a lot is by Melanie Murphy. Melanie Murphy, why was that so hard to say? A lot of her videos have inspired me, but there was one particular one, and I'm just gonna have to get up the name of it to remember exactly what it was called. But I watched this video because I kind of knew, obviously, I don't really know what I thought. I think I thought, oh, I was like, yeah, I'm straight, but I also kind of like girls a bit, but I'm straight. But now when I think back to that, I'm like, that's not straight then, is it? Because you're not going to like girls if you're completely straight. So that was kind of my thinking. I think that's basically what I thought. I was like, yeah, I'm straight. I just fancy girls a little bit sometimes, you know, but I'm still straight. And I think that was one of the things that Melanie may have like touched on in her video, and I was like, oh my god, like everything she was saying in this video, I was like, what? How I Realised I'm Bisexual by Melanie Murphy. I watched it, it came up in my subscriptions, and I was like, okay, watched it, and I was like, oh my god, it's all clicking now. And afterwards I was literally just sat there for a moment. I was like, finally I understand what's going on in my brain, and I finally realised that I'm normal, because for a long time I just thought I was crazy, and this video just really helped me realise who I was. As cheesy as that sounds, it is the truth. I finally felt normal and finally understood what was going on in my head and could put a label on it, even though you don't have to if you don't want to. For me, I just felt like with what was going on in my head, I just wanted to know. I know that sounds really random, but like, I just wanted to know what was going on, and when I saw this, I was like, yes, that is what it is. I have this now that I fit into this bracket, it makes sense now. And since then, I've just known from that point, and like finally understood. And I've watched more of her videos since then, obviously, because I'm subscribed to her, and there's other people I'm subscribed to that talk about it. And the more I've watched these videos and the more I've seen like online and stuff about it, I've just been like, oh my god, this makes so much sense. When people talk about it and raise awareness about it, I feel more like myself. So that's why I want to make videos like this, because I want people who feel like I feel to feel like they're normal, and that it's okay to feel the way they do, and it's okay to be unsure for such a long time. Like I said, I don't know exactly when, but I was young. Like, massive part of my life has been, I've kind of realised that something was different. Like, I still kind of was in denial. I didn't really know. I can't even explain to you, and maybe this will make sense to some people, but I just didn't really understand. I think some of the things that I thought, and like, you know, being attracted to some girls or whatever, I just thought that that was normal for a straight person. I don't know. I feel like I'm not wording things well, so sorry if anything's coming out wrong or not very well or anything, but yeah, I'm really bad at wording things, like anything in general, not even just things when I feel uncomfortable. But no, I am really glad I'm filming this video. I know it's a hot mess, but I just want to make an initial video to talk about it, and I wanted this to be not too long, but I feel like it's already getting very long. So yeah, watching her video helped me so much, and for a long time I still didn't speak to anyone about it. It's only been over the past few months, I think. I put something on my Instagram story, and a few months ago when I first thought, right, I need to film a video. Not that I have to, but I just really felt like I wanted to at this point. Like, I've wanted to for a long time, but at this point I was like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So I put on my Instagram story that I wanted to film a video about something that I've never talked about before, and kind of just mentioned that. And a close friend of mine, I'm not gonna name names because, you know, it's personal, so I spoke to a very close friend of mine, and they messaged me after they saw my Instagram story, and they asked me what it was about, and I saw the message and I was like, I'll just put nothing, it's fine, nothing, just a little something, it'll, you know, it's nothing. But then all of a sudden I had this urge to just tell them. So I did. I was like, I've never told anyone this before, but basically, yeah, and kind of explained how I was feeling. And this person was so completely and utterly supportive. Immediately felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. And again, I know that's a really cliche thing to say, but I was like, this feels great. I love that someone knows now. And for a long time as well, I felt really guilty that I hadn't told my boyfriend, because I was like, I don't want him to think I've been hiding it from him for any reason, that, like, you know, I don't want him to think that I've fallen in love with a girl or something, and or I don't love him as much anymore, or it's something I've decided since we've been together. Not that that matters, because, you know, I'm still attracted to him because, you know, more than one gender and all that. But I just felt like I was really paranoid that he'd think that I wasn't interested in him anymore. So it took me a while to tell him, and I told him not that long ago, really, and I finally told him, and he was so supportive. And again, he was the one I was most nervous to tell, or one of the people I was most nervous to tell, because I didn't want it to ruin the relationship, because for some reason I thought it would. But he is just one of the loveliest people in the whole world, and I should have known that he wouldn't judge me for it, because he's amazing. It's just so chill, like, it's literally changed nothing. And he just made a couple of, like, jokes about it and stuff, and it was just really chilled, and it just made me feel so much better. And there's lots of people that I haven't told, and maybe I should have told them before making this video, but again, I'm really awkward with things like that, but I wanted to get it out there, so this was my way of doing it. Yeah, hi people, like close family and friends that don't know this. This is a thing. Again, one of the main reasons I was worried to talk about this, it's quite, you know, the obvious one, like fear of being judged and fear of people not accepting you. And I'm kind of at this point now in my life where there's lots of things going on in my life now. There's lots of big changes, exciting things happening, and I just feel like I'm becoming myself. Like, my dream job is this close. Like, I'm closer than I've ever been, and that's something life-changing for me. And this is something I just want to talk about more and just get out there and just feel more like me. I just feel like everything's changing for the better, so I want to start feeling more like myself, and this is my way of doing it. And no matter who it is, if they don't want to support me, if they don't like the way I am, then that's up to them, really. So I'm kind of at a point now where the people that are important will support me. And maybe it will be harder for people to understand, for some people to understand, but as long as they support it and educate themselves on it and learn to understand it, then that's all that matters to me. And the people who don't want to understand it, feel differently about me because of this, then so be it, let them do it. They're clearly not meant to be in my life. So as cheesy as that all sounds, that's just how I feel. So yeah, again, like I said, I wish I was good at making videos like this, and maybe I'll get better, because this is my first one, but I wish I could have done a video as good as Dan Howell's or as Dodie's videos or Melanie's. They just they just word everything so well and they just do it perfectly. But I'm awkward with words and awkward with talking about things like this. But I made a video a long time ago finally opening up about my anxiety and my mental health issues, and I do not regret that one single bit. It has literally changed my life so much. Like, it has helped me incredibly be more open about it. And whenever I've been nervous to make this video, I've thought back to that and remembered how amazing that was for me and how much I've grown from that. Again, this all sounds very, very cheesy, but I'm a cheesy person, and also it's just how I feel, and I just know that this is going to be scary at first, because this feels 10 times scarier than opening up about anxiety, because this is something that is hard for people to accept. I'm an adult and I'm ready to just fully feel like myself and not be afraid to be myself anymore. There's lots of videos I want to make about this, like talking about the stereotypes of it all and addressing things that people assume about bisexual people or about the community in general, the LGBTQ plus community. So I don't want to say too much in this video because it's already really long, but this is basically a coming out video. I don't even know what I'm going to call this. Yeah, that is me. Now I'm finally talking about it and I'm slowly starting to feel more comfortable in who I am, and I'm ready to start talking about it more. Hopefully it's been something that I've been hinting at more recently, because I just want to help people and inspire people like I have done with my anxiety videos, because the amount of messages I got after that and the amount of people to this day that still are inspired by the videos that I've made about it and stuff, it's just amazing. And I know I'm not trying to like be super big-headed here and be like I'm such an inspiration to so many people, but just making those videos, just coming from someone who is just very real and just says it as it is, like I'm just myself. I'm no fancy famous person or anything special. Like, look at the state of me right now. I just want to show that it's okay, I'm normal, and these are things that happen to me, and I want to inspire people and help them feel a little bit less lonely and stuck in their own brain. There's a lot going on in my brain 24/7, so hopefully this release it a little bit. And I've been working a lot on my mental health recently. I just feel like, not that I'm changing, but like I'm just becoming more myself and realizing who I am more. And again, very, very cliche things to say, but this was another big step that I felt like I needed to take to be more me. If you don't like me anymore, you don't like the way I am anymore, great, whatevs. Again, I'm going to talk more about things like this in other videos. One of the main reasons I was scared about talking about it as well was because I thought, oh, people are going to think that I don't like my boyfriend anymore, that, oh, she just likes girls. Like, oh my god, does this mean that her and Luke are going to break up? No, because I've been this way for many, many years of my life, and I've only ever been with boys. I've never been with girls, just boys, and it doesn't mean that I don't like them as much or anything like that. I didn't fully understand what was going on in past relationships. It's only in like recent relationships that makes it sound like I've had loads of relationships. I haven't had loads, but you know what I mean. Slowly coming to terms with it more. Like, it's always been a part of my life, but slowly over many, many years, like many, many, many years, I've started to really slowly understand myself, and then Melanie's video was the turning point for me. Me and my boyfriend are still very happy, and he supports me no matter what, and he knows that I've been wanting to talk about it more, and he does not see me any differently, so that's what matters to me, and I'm sure that lots of other people will feel the same. A few videos I have in mind to do with my sexuality are like Q&As and advice videos, and stereotypes that people face being bisexual, all of that sort of thing. And I've always wanted to speak up more about it, and I've always been too scared to, because I'm like, I'm not out yet. But you can still fight for LGBTQ plus rights whilst being straight, because if you support it, then that's all that matters. Like, you don't have to be part of a community to support them. So I don't know why I was so scared to talk about it more, because I've always supported the community before I even fully understood that I was a part of it. I don't really know what else to say. Like I said, I haven't planned this. I just wanted it to be a bit of a ramble and just an introduction video to sort of let you know that this is a thing and that I'm going to start making more videos about it. And I'm sorry that it wasn't as well done as Dan Howell's video. And I know I keep mentioning that, but that is the most incredible coming out video I have ever watched in my life. It blew me away just how incredibly worded it was, just how put together it was. It was just incredible and I loved it. There's probably stuff that I've missed out in this video and things that I haven't spoken about. There's definitely things I haven't spoken about. I haven't gone into too much detail about things or anything. This isn't the only video I'm going to make about it. I can make more videos. Whether I'll be making loads more often straight away or it's going to take some time to talk about it more, I just think I want to upload this, see what happens from there, and then hopefully I can go on to talk about it a bit more. Kind of the same with my anxiety, but this feels a million times scarier. I'm going to end this video here because it's quite long and I don't want it to be really, really long because it was meant to be short and I knew that wasn't going to happen because I chat too much, but I'm going to leave it here. And yes, like I said, there's things I probably haven't mentioned, but if you have any questions for an upcoming video about it, let me know down below. Feel free to message me on Instagram and stuff. My social media is down below in the description. If this video helps you in any way or if you have any questions, feel free to share it maybe if you want to. But this isn't a very well put together video. It's just me finally being honest with myself to everyone, and hopefully doing this will help a lot of things shift for the better, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't. I had a plan of like having some like rainbow flags and things and all sorts, but I don't have any of that with me, so I'm just gonna edit them in here like ta-da! Woohoo! I've got this top on. That's about as rainbow as it's getting in this video apparently, because I literally planned to film this about 5 minutes before I pressed record. So I think sometimes that's the best way to make a video, just sitting there in the spur of the moment, you're like, I'm ready to talk about it, just pressing record and just saying it as it is. And I do like to do more planned videos as well because, you know, it means that I get everything across that I want to say. But this has just been a basic video to just tell you that I'm bisexual, and it feels really scary to say, and I'm still very scared of what people are going to think of me, like especially like close family and friends, but they're just going to have to deal with it because the truth was going to come out eventually, because there was no way I was hiding this forever. So my battery died right before the end of this video. I was just obviously wrapping things up and the battery died. I think that's a sign that I really need to actually shut up now. Happy Pride Month to every single person that is out and proud or still isn't out yet and isn't ready to come out yet. There's no rush. I waited a long time for this, so that's fine. There's no rush. You don't have to come out. You decide when's right for you. Hope you are all feeling super happy, like I finally am, because I am just such a happier person now, just with everything that's going on in my life. Things are changing for the better, and this was just another thing that I was just ready to talk about. Whilst things are getting crazy in my life now and things are happening for me that I could have only dreamed of, I'm ready to just be even more me by talking about this. And yeah, I love you all very much and thank you for watching this. Don't ever be ashamed of who you are because you're worried of what other people will think. Already I know I'm going to feel so much better after this. Yeah, it's probably going to be hard, but I know it's just only going to get better from here. I still don't even know what this video is going to be called. Obviously you guys will know by this point. There we go. Thank you. Just again, I know I keep saying thank you, but thank you so much, because this is really hard for me and I've also never felt prouder of myself. So yeah, thank you. I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Ha, bye. Literally, because I'm bi. We love that. Gives that whole new meaning. Whew.
There is something I would like to tell you. I figured it out some time ago. I feel great. It makes me really happy and I love you, so I'd love for you to know. Have you heard of LGBTQ+? Well, I am the B. I have a heart that could love plural genders. Yes, I'm bi and I'm proud to be me.